Welcome to Haken, an Animal Crossing podcast, your podcast dedicated to all things Animal Crossing. Episode 215 is brought to you by Montez Bush, Clara Cross, and Ryan Crisp, some of our newest Patreon patrons. This episode is also possible thanks to our producers, For the Whim, Tiger Yuri, Tab, and Mikey Toe. This week, Nina, Sergio, and I will be discussing the recent Toy Day event and Animal Crossing merch. But before we get into that, we're going to do some icebreakers and listen to a story from Sergio. So to begin, hello Nina, how are you doing?
Good. I've had a very busy holiday and I'm very tired, but it
I know
was
how
really
that
fun.
is. Yeah, and Sergio, how are you doing?
Good. I'm doing well. It's been a relaxing weekend, thanks to, another day of work. I caught up on a lot of gaming, just Pokemon, but I needed it. I haven't been able to play, and it's one of my favorite franchises, especially to play during the winter and during the holidays. So it was spot on. I loved it.
That's awesome. Are you playing Brilliant Diamond?
Yes.
Okay, how far are you in that?
I am getting my 8th batch, so I'm almost done.
Oh, okay, you're close. Yeah, I don't know what it was. I couldn't get too into it at first, but now this whole past weekend, I've been playing so much of
Nice.
it, and I think I still only have 2 badges, but it's just the roads between those badges are so long. And I'm
Yes.
just when am I
Yes.
in this next town to actually get something?
Yeah.
You know?
Yep.
So much grinding.
Yeah. So I'm getting a little bit impatient, but also I'm still having fun with it. So
Nice.
took a little bit, but now I'm getting back into it.
Nice.
So let's kick it off with some icebreakers. Nina, I got a question for you.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever kept a New Year's resolution?
Yes, actually.
Oh.
In college, I was a vegetarian for quite a while.
And that started as a New Year's resolution?
Yeah, it did.
Oh, nice.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
that's
That's
cool.
about
How
it,
long did
though.
you keep it up?
I feel like it was 2 years. 2
Mhm.
years, yeah, and then just kind of slowly introduce. I did eat fish, though. Should say pescatarian instead of vegetarian.
Oh, okay.
But just slowly let it back into my life.
Yeah,
That's still good, though.
I get that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's cool. Yeah. I feel like they're so hard to pull off.
Yeah.
It's nice to hear a success story here and there.
Yeah, it's definitely not easy. I think that New Year's resolutions can be any month. If you just try and start something on
Right.
the first of a month, it doesn't matter if it's the January or not.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. And I think I try that a lot more now too, where I'm just like, oh man, I gotta fix this. And then I'll be like, all right, from here on out, this is the year of this,
Yeah. Well, and
Yeah.
I've heard that it takes 26 days to start a routine.
Mm-hmm.
So, try something for a month and
Oh, wow.
see if it sticks.
Ring Fit Adventure.
There you go. I
You
do
can
need to
see
get
if
back into that.
It's a fun time. It was
Yeah.
good for my back. Honestly.
Oh,
Ah.
that's good to hear.
Yeah. It was pretty nice.
Hmm.
All right, Nina, you're up.
Okay. Sergio,
Mm-hmm.
if you could suddenly become an expert at any skill, what would you want it to be?
Oh, okay. This is related to my New Year's resolution, which is to learn
Oh.
guitar. I want to be an expert at guitar. I want to be
Oh.
KK.
Yes.
What kind of
Sergio.
guitar?
Acoustic first, but electric would be a nice backup too.
Okay.
Yeah, but basically, I want to be able to play all of his songs. I'm good with that. I do listen to traditional music here and there, but I mean, if I could choose to just be able to be really good at playing KK's covers, I would do that.
Oh, cool.
That's a good goal. A lot of KK songs are pretty difficult.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna
yeah.
lie. There's some fancy stuff going there. Yeah. So, well, I'm here for you, Sergio. If you need help getting better at guitar, I'm not an expert, but I dabble.
There you
Nice,
go.
nice. Oh, I will for sure.
Awesome. Sergio, you're up.
All right, I have a question for you, Chuy. The way I think of these questions is I go with the first image or word that comes into my mind when I think of them. And this week it was hamburger. So,
Oh.
Chuy, uh, let's say you have a hamburger,
Mm-hmm.
and it's fully loaded. It has all the toppings: tomato, lettuce, onions, everything, everything.
Oh.
It's a big one.
Mm-hmm.
Two
You know I
beef
love my fixings.
two beef patties. But the thing is, we're gonna take out the beef patties, and you have to replace them with a dessert because this is gonna be a dessert burger. So the only
Oh.
thing you're taking out are the beef patties. Everything else has to stay. What do you replace them with?
No.
Oh man, what would go well with all of this?
Wait,
Honestly,
what do you like
okay.
on your burger though? That's where you should start.
I mean, I like a lot of things. I would be very sad if I got a burger that was just like bread, meat, and cheese. I'm pretty
Mm-hmm.
partial to having like all of the veggies and fruits on there, your lettuce, tomato, onions. But I like to explore a little bit too, try some different things, and I have been liking pineapple in my burger lately too.
Oh, there you go. That's a great answer.
So I think if you just removed the meat and just like put some pineapple in there, does that count as and is that enough of a dessert
I
to be part of it?
I would say so. Yeah. Would you replace
Yeah.
just one patty with like a big slice of pineapple or two?
I'd probably do a double pineapple.
Oh,
Like I love those rings.
They'd have to be that ring slice. That's what I was about to
yeah.
say.
Yeah, yeah. The ring slice of a pineapple.
Okay,
That's
but
perfect.
wait, the ring slice of a pineapple is hollow in the middle. So what else would you put in the middle?
Um, what do they put in the middle of those like pineapple upside down
Oh, a
cakes?
cherry.
A cherry. Yep, just put a cherry in there. And then that's the perfect little dessert burger.
Nice.
With a
And
tomato.
it's funny that you ask this too. I know, Sergio, you're not a huge fan of In and Out, but the thing about In and Out is like with meat or without meat, like it still tastes like In and Out because you could
Yeah.
get a grilled cheese and it's still gonna taste like pretty close to that burger.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, just taking out the meat, it's not too bad.
Nice.
Uh, all right, that was fun. I think we've all done a question, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, Sergio, I'm gonna let you take it over from here. You've got a story to tell us.
Yes. In hindsight, maybe it's not so much of a story. It's more of a little discovery. But yeah, I'll make it a story because I discovered it this week. I think on Monday. So, as Nina might know, and we mentioned it in I think in a couple of episodes ago, Nina and I were still shooting to get the last Don Nooked for getting a certain amount of turnip profits,
Mm-hmm.
which
Yeah.
you accomplished, Nina, and I
Yeah.
didn't. And I was curious as to why, because I one week I sold for a good amount, and I thought it was enough to unlock the final one, and it still wasn't. So this week again, I bought them I think at 99, and then I sold them at 129. I thought it was good enough because I bought a good amount of them. So I thought, yeah, this is enough to finally unlock that achievement. And I took a screenshot of the amount that I had before I sold. I went to
Mm-hmm.
sell. It was in two batches, so I wasn't too surprised that the first one didn't unlock it. I thought maybe the second one will. And then I looked at the amount after I sold everything, and it hadn't moved. It hadn't changed.
What?
I mean, at first I thought maybe my game was glitched. Maybe I'll wait until tomorrow and check it out. And then the next day,
Mm-hmm.
no change. So what I think is happening is that the game is accounting for the times that I have to sell at a loss. Yeah, and that's why the
Oh.
number is not even moving up until I sell for a profit enough times to make up for that. I thought that was very interesting that the game actually knows of it, the fact that I sold at a loss, but it doesn't actually show me. The number doesn't go down, but it knows it's down, if that makes sense.
Oh.
Oh, you need to wait and sell when someone in Haken has like 500 or like a huge
Right.
price. Oh my gosh.
I guess, how many times do you feel like you've sold at a loss?
Mm, It's been at least 3 times. The reason I do
Okay.
that for anyone curious is because I don't like sailing on other islands. I like to just stick to my island. So that's kind of my
Mm.
self-imposed rule, and that's why I have to do that. And I mean, in a way, it kind of led to this discovery, which is very interesting.
Oh, so
Okay.
it doesn't even matter if someone has taken
Yeah.
price. Oh no, it's gonna take a
Well,
long
that's cool.
time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's amazing. I oh man, you're gonna have some trouble then, I think. If you're
Yeah. I
just doing
mean,
it on your island.
for now, for sure, I'm gonna wait like 3 weeks because I expect a couple of downward slope weeks coming up. So this
Mm-hmm.
week I didn't buy any,
Mm-hmm.
or today for next week, and I think I'll wait like 2 weeks before I buy again.
Okay,
Man.
yeah. Yeah, I mean, you never know. Usually I get a spike whenever I don't buy turnips.
Aw.
Yeah.
That's how it goes on my
Yep.
island, but yeah, I don't know. Sometimes though, you get pretty lucky. The fluctuating prices can really save you in those cases because like
Right.
Mm-hmm.
sometimes it is a lot lower than what you bought for, but other times it's like just a little bit higher and you're good.
I wonder if like people send you turnips. Does that count as a profit even though you didn't spend money on them?
You know
Oh.
what?
Hmm.
I don't know.
Everybody send Sergio turnips this week.
Yeah, like don't even buy them.
Yeah, and then it's
Just
all profit.
yeah, you spent nothing on these turnips and now you get them. Which reminds me, I totally did not wake up in time to get turnips from Daisy May this
No, I didn't
morning.
even know that it was Sunday today.
We
I'm
love
in
it.
full vacation mode.
Nice.
That's perfect. Well, that's amazing. Okay, I want to know the answers now. I want to know
Yeah.
why that's happening, Sergio. But
Yeah.
I think you've nailed it. That's probably what's it.
Yeah, because right now it still shows it's about 65,000 bells that I need to get the final one, but again, it's not moving up, so we'll see. I'll keep you all posted. Hopefully, a couple more weeks of profit should get it moving again.
Cool. Yeah. Yeah, we'll keep track of this story and
Yeah.
see how
Yeah.
it ends up going.
Mhm.
Awesome. Well, let's go ahead and start talking about the big event that just happened, and that is Toy Day. The last event of the well, actually, it's not really the last event of
No.
the year.
Oh.
We've still got New Year's Eve, right? I guess
One of
that
my
crosses over.
favorites. Yeah.
Yeah. So one of the last events of the year, Toy Day, it just happened. Nina, did you get to play it?
So had
Okay, I'm
had to
ready
do
to
some
hear this.
backwards time traveling. I didn't
Okay.
have time to play Christmas Eve because my family does our big costume party, and then
Mm-hmm.
Christmas Day I go to two different parents' houses with my siblings. So I just got to do it. I started a little bit last night and fell asleep, and then time traveled back again and finished it today. But actually, I was talking with Michi while we were playing Pirates earlier, and she didn't even realize Toy Day was Christmas Eve. So she went to play
Mm.
it yesterday on Christmas Day, and it was like, "Hope you had a great Toy Day." And she's like, "What?"
Oh,
I
completely
felt
skipped
so
it.
bad. Yeah.
Well, that's too bad.
I don't know though. Like you know my backwards time traveling philosophy. I think that if you're missing something big, it's okay to go backwards.
I guess so, but I mean, there's always next year.
Mm. All right, you never know. You never know in this world what's happening
Yeah,
next year.
that's true. Who knows what's going on with these years?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you backwards time traveled. You
Mm-hmm.
got to experience it in that way.
Yeah.
Sergio, did you get to play?
I did not. Like I said, I was just too engrossed
Oh.
with Pokemon. And yesterday, I mean, I did play yesterday to go see KK. And I mean, I'm with you,
Oh.
Nina. I was thinking, oh no, is it gonna be Toy Day? Is KK gonna be here tomorrow? I was hoping he was there. I didn't want Toy Day. And he was there. He was there. So yeah, I got what I wanted.
Oh,
So
but
he was there on Toy
Sergio.
Day?
I remembered something. I should have reminded you because you forgot to do something on Toy Day last year.
Uh-oh.
Do you know what
Oh,
it is?
I'm remembering that I forgot something. I don't know what it was.
What is it?
You forgot to put Jingle's special
Oh, yes.
stockings out.
Oh, I
Yes.
gotta go do that now.
Ah,
You have to put his stockings out to get the special thing in them.
yes. Ah, yeah.
So I think there's next year, Sergio.
Oh no! He even reminds you. There's even dialogue about it, Sergio.
Yes.
Oh,
You
man.
didn't want it to be Toy Day, but look at you now.
I'm logging in right now.
So
Oh, man.
yes, you gotta play Toy Day and make sure you put that special stocking out. It's very important.
All right, next year.
Next year I'm gonna remind you beforehand.
Wait, do you
'Cause
not
I
even
honestly-
talk to Jingle? Like you didn't do it at all?
No, nothing.
But he gives you so many things.
Yeah. All right, I'll tell my story about Toy Day because I played it on the right day.
Oh, on the right day.
No backwards time travel cheating.
We all
for
know
this
who's
guy.
king of Animal Crossing.
Yes, cannot. I honestly, well, I felt like I had to specifically because I skipped Halloween this past year.
Never mind, your
Yeah,
crown
so-
has been taken away.
We're on even playing field now, Nina, since you.
Well, I played
played
both of them.
Halloween.
Give
You
me
played
the crown.
No, you time traveled for one of them. Did you time travel for both of them?
No.
Okay, good.
Tell us
That's
about
cheating.
your toy day.
Okay, so my Toy Day, I didn't really know when I was going to fit it in, but I knew I was going to play it. What ended up happening was we had this little heater on in the room where I'm staying in, and it's a little tiny heater, but it was on full blast, and I was burning up. It was so hot. I had tons of blankets on me because it gets really cold in this room, and then I threw them all off, and then I threw off my shirt, and then I was like, what is going on? And this was like 5 in the morning that I woke up.
Oh.
And then I was like, it's this little heater that's pointed right at me and just roasting me like I'm a turkey or something for Christmas. And so I get up, I turn it off, I go to the bathroom, and then when I come back, I'm like, I'm not really sleepy yet. And it was like 5:45-ish, and I was like, well, I guess it's Toy Day now.
Yeah.
I think I can play. And so I couldn't get back to sleep, so I was just like, you know what, I'll play part of Toy Day. And so I did as much as I could. There were actually 3 villagers that hadn't woken up yet for the thing, so I couldn't talk to them. They were Azalea, Shino, and Raymond. They were still in bed. And so I was like, oh, all right, I'll come back later for them. But yeah, basically I talked to Jingle. I did all the stuff that he could. And then every time I get to the end of it, I just wish he would give us the little sack to keep, the magic one.
Oh, yeah.
Because we have sacks now that we can buy and wear.
Mm-hmm.
And it just seems so sad that he takes it away from us. So... So yeah, later in the day, I did get a chance to like quickly log in, get the last few presents, and finish the event. The one thing I will say I didn't end up doing, just because, I don't know, my days were so packed, I didn't get a chance to order toys for my villagers, so I didn't do like the personal gift for them. But even if you don't, there is still special dialogue the next day if you did the event where actually I don't know if it's only if you did the event or if it pops up if you don't, but if you talk to your villagers, they do mention that, oh, it was a fun Toy Day, I really enjoyed that you gave me a present from
Aw.
Santa, you know.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's some cute little dialogue the next day, but yeah, overall, I the big thing that I'm trying to do right now, right at this moment, is I'm trying to. I haven't looked up how long the light bulb things, what are the ornaments are around, because I'm still missing 3 of the ornament recipes. I haven't been able to DIY hunt too much.
Oh.
So yeah, I'm trying desperately to complete the festive DIYs here, but outside of that,
Let me see what my
I
app
played
says.
most of it. Yeah.
Okay, well, good.
Yep.
Well, I'm glad you can answer some questions that I have about the next day because I'm still on Toy Day. So I've got questions about Christmas Day for you.
Yeah, of
Like,
course.
have you been in? Okay, so I gave presents to my villagers. I gave them the Santa presents, the jingle presents, as well as the gift exchange with them too. And a few of them were in their houses, so I gave them the present and left, and then went back in to see if they had put their present in their house yet. And none of them
Mm.
have done it. Like, first, I thought it was just Hazel who wasn't going to put hers in because I have Happy Home Paradised her house on my island.
Oh.
And I
Uh-huh.
thought, well, maybe it's just not going to replace anything because it's a special house. But then I gave it to Eric and Daisy, both of whom have their own houses,
Hmm.
and neither of
Mm-hmm.
them put their present out that day either. So do they wait until the next day to put out gifts?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. I didn't do that. Like I said, I didn't get presents for them this year, but I remember last year they didn't put them in their house that same day. It took another day for them to
Mhm.
appear.
Okay.
So,
Oh, January 6th is when the festive season ends.
okay, that's what I figured because that's like technically when the 12 days of
Mhm.
Christmas are. They're the days after
Mhm.
Christmas.
Hmm.
So yeah, okay, that makes sense. But yeah, they'll put their presents out. I'm really glad that you decided to give them. Did you end up doing a toy, or did you end up giving them just something else?
Most of them got a toy. Yes.
Oh, fun.
Yeah. And I even I've typed out some of their little interactions too because they're so
Oh.
cute.
Oh
Though I
yeah, I'd
feel
love to
like
hear them.
sure, but I feel like they weren't as personal this year. I wonder if it's just because gosh, is this year 2 or year 3 for Toy Day?
It's year
Year
two.
Me
2.
too. Hmm.
Okay. I wonder if
Mm-hmm.
it was because it was all brand new to us last year. Their
Hmm.
dialogue was so sweet and personal and they talked about their childhoods, but I didn't really have that with my villagers this year. They kind of talked a little bit about what I gave them. Maybe I
Mm-hmm.
just didn't give them the right presents. They were very happy with what I gave them, but it just didn't seem as personal to me this year for some reason. Did you guys
That's
find that at all?
strange. Um, yeah, I mean, I think the weird thing is when you do just the jingle presents going by them, it is kind of funny, they do the surprised thing. They don't know that you're delivering presents for jingle,
Mhm.
So that's pretty cute. But like a big majority of them are just kind of like, cool, thanks. And then
Yeah.
it's done, and then a select few of the villagers will give you something in return.
Yes, I noticed that too, giving out, and I wasn't expecting it. I don't know why I forgot it, but I had Gonzo and Daisy and Hazel gave me
Mm-hmm.
back a present when I delivered the jingle present, not the gift exchange. And so I wonder if it's only villagers you're really good friends with.
No, so that was a question we had last year, and I couldn't answer it last year because I had recently switched a lot of my villagers. So a lot of
Mm-hmm.
them I wasn't really good friends with. I basically had
Hmm.
Pearl and Grizzly, who have been my mainstays for a very long time, And so they did like give me things in return, and maybe it just like lined up that way because they had been there so long. But
Mm-hmm.
the rest of them they didn't really, and I was wondering, oh, is this just happening because they're not 100% friends with me yet, or what? So this year. I'm very aware of my friendship status with all of them since we have Katrina. She
Yeah.
gives us our friendship reading and everything. So I know I'm at max friendship with all of my villagers, but it was still like very seldom that one of them would give me something in return.
Interesting. It's so strange.
And
I
it
want to know
seemed
more.
random. It
Yeah.
seemed like it, because I mean, like, that's all it really can be because I know they're all my best
Right. Right.
friends.
Mm-hmm.
So So yeah, I don't know. I think it's just like a few of them give you something, and that's it.
Interesting. All
Hmm.
right.
Yeah. So I guess what did your villagers say to
Oh,
you?
so I wrote down three of them, all different villager types, and I wanted to start with Gonzo because he's my bestie.
I
But
love
Gonzo,
Gonzo.
he's so freaking cute. He's so cute. So Gonzo is a cranky villager, and he said, "All right, it's time to do this whole toy day thing. It's time to do what this whole toy day thing is about. Let's trade presents, kiddo." And then I had the choice of let's exchange gifts or maybe later. And of course, I clicked let's exchange gifts and then handed him a wrapped puppy plushie.
Mm.
And it was this cute, like little black one. I thought it would look cute in his little cabin house, but
Hmm.
this is what he said back. He said, "I don't gotta wait, do I? Because I was just gonna open it right here and now." All right, well, that's about the cutest thing I ever saw, giving an old guy a puppy plushie. And here's my gift. I had trouble figuring out what to get you, so I hope this works out all right. And he gave me a dollhouse. And then afterwards it says, good gift exchange. That's the heart of the holiday right there. Thanks, Poppet. Um, so I don't know if the puppy plushie was the best choice for him. But the little dialogue at the end about, that's what Toy Day is all about was sweet too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's also reminding me of last year when I gave Grizzly, he's my cranky on my
Hmm.
island, but I gave Grizzly a tent and he seemed like not too into it, I think.
Maybe
I
they're
think
not
he
into any of them.
I think the cranky ones kind of see these things as toys,
Yeah,
and so they're like, their reaction is just like, what would some cranky old man say to getting a toy as
right.
a present? But like, mine was a tent. Grizzly's
Yeah.
Yeah.
house is like, it's an outdoorsy type of
Hmm.
house. He had like a bonfire in it before, and I was like, I don't know what you're talking about, Grizzly. He still has it in his house to this
It's so
day, and it
cute.
still looks way better than the bonfire. I mean, the bonfire looked good, but the tent looks really good, and I don't know. I think that's just how they react.
Yeah, I guess so. Well, so I also wrote down Simon, and he's a lazy, and they're of course gonna love the toys. So this one's a little
Hmm.
cuter, I think. He says, "Hey, so I got you a present for Toy Day. Want it?" And then he says, "You build drat," because that's the phrase I taught him. They're all a little piratey, so I apologize ahead of time. That's also why Gonzo calls me Poppet.
Hmm.
Okay. And I said, let's exchange gifts. So he said, what is it? Is it okay if I open it now? Too late. I'm opening it now. And I had given him a wrapped dinosaur toy. And he goes, a dinosaur toy? How did you know that's what I wanted? You're like way cooler than Santa. And now here's a present from me. Bet you can't guess what it is. Wow, this has got to be one of the bestest toy days ever. Thank you, Cap'n. Thank you a lot, which was real
Uh,
sweet. And he gave
I
me a
love it.
tin robot, which I'm pretty sure they all give you different colorations of
Hmm.
what you normally get in your Nooks, right?
Yeah, yeah, that was my
oh.
experience with it last year. Because I know we all last year went pretty wild going to each other's places and then
Yeah.
buying the different colored toys at each of them.
Mm.
And yeah, what I like about that is like if somebody didn't get the opportunity, if they didn't have the online or just didn't have anyone to play with, that they could get some of the different colored toys too.
Yeah, which is really nice.
Hmm.
I also wrote down Hazel's, who's Uchi. And Hazel said, "It being Toy Day and all, you know I went hard on your present. You ready to step up?" So I said, "Let's exchange gifts." She said, "Oh, and I also gave her a wrapped tin robot because the colors of them would go really well with the Happy Home Paradise redo I did of her home.
Mm.
So I'm hoping
Hmm.
she does put it in her home." But she says, hard to tell what it is from the feel, which means I ought to quit fooling around and open it already. And then she said, whoa, you know it's really Toy Day when someone gives you a tin robot. Getting a present from you upgrades this Toy Day from rad to rockin'. That's 3 notches up, obviously. Seeing as you're always there for me, I got you something too. Here it is. Happy Toy Day. And she gave me a pop-up book of a dinosaur. And then she
Nice.
says, if Toy Days for spending time with your crew, it makes you think about who that means for you. And you're one of mine for sure, Savvy.
Mm.
So they're sweet. They are very sentimental, but I feel like last year they talked more about their childhood. I don't know if they changed that or
Oh.
not.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess I'm not completely sure, but
And it might just have been the
yeah.
toys. Maybe certain toys sparked
Ah.
that conversation or something. I don't know.
Yeah. So I guess, man, that you'd have to try so many years, so many toys. It would take forever to really get a good grasp on what would happen.
Yeah, for real. Yeah.
Cool. Well, yeah, thanks for keeping track of them and, having a good idea of some of the dialogue that came with them. We appreciate
Yeah.
that.
I mean, the translation team spends such a long time doing all of the dialogue that's in Animal Crossing, and then also making sure that no matter what dialogue you're reading, you know exactly what type of villager it is. It's just incredible to me
Right.
as I was
Mhm.
typing
Right.
this out, like how nuanced everything is.
Yeah, they do a really good job of that. And I think like, if people looked at it a little closer, the dialogue, because I know the dialogue's always going to be something that people complain about with this
Yeah.
game, but I don't know. I think overall they're pretty solid.
Hmm.
The characters are very distinct um and maybe just the problem that people run into is that they have so many of like one personality,
Yeah, I don't know.
Right. Right.
Yeah, because if you do have like a good mix of them, I feel like they're for the most part unique.
Hmm. I think
Yeah,
so.
and you also have to hope that you luck out and the duplicates that you do get have like the A or B
Right.
Yes.
personalities, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Because I
because
know
Mhm.
I was just gonna say I know Pearl and Azalea, they're both snooty, but I get really different stuff from each of them.
Yeah, and I haven't looked up Simon and Eric, who are both lazy, but they feel very different to me too.
Hmm.
I need to
Yeah.
look them up.
Yeah, I know Jackie at one point had like 4 lazies, and it was
Oh
just
wow.
too much of the same. Way too much of the same.
Yeah.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, yeah, Toy Day, it's a fun little event. You get tons of little prizes for it. So I'd say it's worth playing. And definitely don't forget to put out that special stocking that Jingle
Yes.
tells you to put
Ooh.
out.
Yes.
Otherwise, you have to wait a whole nother year to do it, like some other people we know.
Also, we forgot to warn people leading up to Toy Day. But anytime you see red wrapping paper in your nooks, save
Ah.
a bundle.
Yeah.
Yes.
And save it for the whole year because there is a DIY that requires it.
Yeah, and it's a solid DIY.
Yeah.
It's one that's definitely worth messing with. Awesome. So let's go ahead and start talking about Animal Crossing merch. I think it's a great time of year to talk about it. A lot of people got some different presents. Maybe you got some Animal Crossing things. Nina, you wrote down a lot of stuff from a conversation you had with, was it your cousin or
Yeah.
your brother?
My cousin.
Okay, cool. Yeah, let us know. Let us in on these details here.
Yeah, so I got from my cousin Sam a tote bag from the Japanese Nintendo store, Animal Crossing, gift run. Like it's the like light green and light blue and white, like very pastel series of merch that they have in the Japanese store. Do you guys know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
Yeah, I've
Okay.
totally seen it before.
Okay. Well, I was very excited to receive this gift and was not expecting it at all. And we kind of got talking about Nintendo merch because I actually got him a Nook's Cranny beanie from Target. So we both got each other
Oh.
Animal Crossing stuff. But we were just kind of lamenting the Nintendo merch in America because he lives in Brooklyn, and so he often visits the Nintendo New York City store, which I feel like we've talked about this before. He'll go in and send me pictures of the Pokemon plush that are out or any of the Animal Crossing things, and often after he has sent me these pictures, I'm like, I don't see anything. No thanks, but thanks for keeping me in mind. And he rarely buys anything from them either. We've both gotten a couple Pokemon plushies, but not much. Just because I don't know. There's not a lot in the store, and it's not great usually.
Mm-hmm.
Meanwhile, Sam has kept looking for more Animal Crossing merch and pleasantly surprised by the merch at Target, as was I when I got him his beanie. Though there wasn't much. I was gonna get
Mm-hmm.
two and get myself a beanie, but there was only one left, so I gave it to Sam. And I was kind of talking to him about how Disney stores are also closing right now, and that Target has started selling Disney merch instead
Oh.
for Disney. And so Target seems to be a pretty good place to find fan items right now. And not just for kids, but also for adults. He's talking about there's even an aisle in the electronics section that has like Funko Pops and kind of more adult like action
Kind of
figures.
collectibles.
Yeah,
And,
collectibles.
Right.
Thank you. That's a much better word. Which he was excited about because it's always weird to be in the kid aisle and for like employees to be eyeing you like to make sure you're not stealing something. But yeah, so Target seems to be a good spot. But as he was searching for merch, he stumbled across all the Japanese merch that we have talked about in previous podcasts, and he even found a walkthrough video of someone going through the Nintendo store, and he was just absolutely blown away by how nice the Japanese Animal Crossing merch is, how much of it there is, how it doesn't seem to be sold just for children. It's for all ages over there.
Yeah.
And he was like, thinking back on the Nintendo store, it's almost embarrassing how bad the merch is there.
Yeah.
And that it's not geared towards adults at all, even though they know there's a lot of adults that play their games.
Right.
So I know we've talked about this before, but just having this conversation with someone who, isn't quite as ingrained in Animal Crossing, I don't know, culture as we are or whatever, for him to even be feeling that way really stuck with me. That Nintendo needs to do something about this. How can we get in touch with them? We need merch, and we need
I
good
know.
looking merch that's not, primary colors.
Yeah.
And we need Build-A-Bears that aren't just, your Tom
gosh.
Nooks and Isabels.
Yeah. Yeah.
KK gets a pass. Winter Isabel, definitely.
Oh, she's
great.
cute. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they're all really cute, but yeah, it just feels like they're not going any further than that.
No,
It
they
just
really
feels like
don't.
we're getting the real basics when it comes to things a lot of the
Yeah.
time. And I will say, like, kind of coming from a company that did a lot of manufacturing and stuff, and seeing things how they would work out a little bit after like places start to shutter, like the Disney example that you said. A lot of places, like once they close, they still have a lot of merchandise on them, and they need to offload it somewhere. I went to like Macy's and saw a pop-up Toys R Us there, like
Oh,
where they
wow.
just
yeah.
had like a little Toys R Us sign and some little kind of cheap looking toys. But
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, they gotta offload this stuff somewhere, so you'll see it from time to time. But I'm glad that like, you can scope out Target and see some of these things pop up in there too.
Yeah.
So
They
yeah,
seem to be picking up the slack a little bit.
yeah, and I mean that's kind of how it goes too. And then even stuff like, I think my favorite Animal Crossing things have definitely been like the imported ones too. Like the Sergio, we both got the CD set,
Right.
Oh
I
yeah.
want another one first off, since there's so much new music that was added to New Horizons through the Happy Home Paradise update,
Right,
you
yeah.
know? So much new stuff, but I mean that CD set was already pretty incredible with everything that was included on there. So, and then on top of that, there were I think it's the Sane plushies that Build-A-Bear wishes it could be with it had Blathers, Celeste, Flick,
Oh
CJ,
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Gulliver, who else am I missing? Pascal.
Mm-hmm.
They're really nice plushies.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love them. They just look so cute. They're so bright and colorful and everything. It makes the Build-A-Bear ones feel like a little bland, to be honest with you. And so, yeah, like all of the imported Animal Crossing stuff it's great. And I wish we could get more of it, but I don't know. I don't know what's going to change, honestly.
Yeah, I don't, and I sorry to just rant like that about the merch when there's really not much we can do.
hmm
But I don't know, it feels good to rant a little bit, but we're gonna have to keep looking out for each other whenever we find something good. Like I know Box Lunch every once in a while has stuff too.
Yes.
hmm
But I don't like. Does the UK? They don't have Target or Box Lunch, do they? I guess they could order stuff online or on eBay.
Yeah.
And that's how Sam got my tote bag was off eBay, but it's going to be more expensive. It's
Right.
not ideal.
Yeah.
hmm Yeah, and the UK, they tend to get a lot of different things too. I know one thing the UK is waiting on right now is a fifth little Animal Crossing binder for the
Mm,
amiibo cards.
yeah.
Oh.
That I haven't seen it pop up yet. I don't. I imagine it'll pop up sometime early next year. We didn't really get a timeline, but they did tweet out that it was coming.
Oh, good.
Oh,
But
awesome.
yeah, yeah. And for anybody who doesn't know, there were back when the first four series of amiibo cards for Animal Crossing came out, each of them had like a special binder, and all of the pages were really cool because they had silhouettes of the characters for the cards that went there. It was a really, oh man, I saw them once. I went to Spain for my honeymoon and I didn't have room in my suitcase to
No.
get them all. And so I was like, well, I can't just get three of them and then not get the other one. I'd die. I would die. So I I didn't get any, and now I'm just like, why didn't I just get like rid of some clothes and been like, you know
No,
what, I
that's when
need,
you buy a new suitcase.
yeah,
Oh.
I true,
Or like
true.
look for some dodos to send it over to you.
I know, I know. So I should have gotten them because now, if you ever look those up, if you look up the Animal Crossing amiibo binders, I'll do it now, but they are expensive.
Yeah.
Oh man.
I'm looking it up just to check. But yeah, there are some cool things, and everybody kind of gets like different things, and it
Yeah.
really just depends on like what I don't know. I guess where you are, you know?
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I
it
kn-
like depends on your if you do have a target, it depends on your target too.
Yeah, I do know that like Europe, it tends to get a lot of really cool like collector's edition things and some different sales on
Yes.
stuff that we don't really get. And
Hmm.
I think a big part of that is that that's like PlayStation territory right there. So
Oh.
Nintendo is just like actively trying
Ah.
to just like take some portion of that market, you know?
So
So they
it
Interesting.
in the sake of Animal Crossing, let's buy a bunch of PS5s over here.
No.
yeah, I mean, I think that's the only way. Like if more people just stopped buying Nintendo stuff, maybe they'd hook it up with
Yeah.
some good things, you
Oh
know?
man.
Yeah, not a bad idea, Sergio.
Incredible. We just need to write some letters to Doug Bowser, I think.
I know. Okay, so oh man, now I'm tempted to get this. On Play Asia, I found a Series 1 binder for $34
Oh
and
jeez.
64 cents
Mm,
to so that would be an import. It's coming from Australia.
Oh,
Outside of that, I didn't find like any of the other binders. Other ones
oh wow.
are popping up are like $300.
Oh,
Oh
no.
man.
Just make yourself
Yeah.
one.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, that's what I've got. I've just got a binder,
Excuse
you
me.
know? Yeah, bless you.
Right.
I've just got a binder with things. Oh my goodness. Somebody's selling the Series 2 one for $10,000. Nobody's
What?
picking that.
What?
The
It's
Series 2
thread, huh?
one, here's a cheaper one, $289.99, but you got to pay $13.90 for shipping.
Yeah, but compared to 10,000, that's a steal.
It is a steal. Yeah, you're getting your money's worth there. But yeah, these things are wildly expensive. It's kind of, I mean, just that's how it goes with this stuff. It's out of print. There's no more around.
Right.
Less and less people are selling them. So we saw this happen with the Sanrio cards all those years ago, where
Mm.
they were a full set of 6 cards was like $200, which
Oh, and
yeah.
now at my Target, when I was getting that one beanie, there was 20 or more of the Sanrio decks
Oh wow.
there. Yeah, I
Yeah.
was so surprised.
The Sanrio cards are available.
Yeah.
The Series 5 cards, not so much. Hopefully, though, I imagine they'll do another print of those because the game is, it's still getting played, it's still popular, and they are going to still release that last little binder. So I would expect at least the UK and Europe to get some more Series 5 cards. So
Yeah.
Right.
yeah, we'll be on the lookout for those and let anybody know when they're available and everything. But they go quick, so the show can only come out once a week. And if it has to line up well with our guests.
Follow Chuy's Twitter instead.
Yeah, I'll just retweet everything.
There you go.
So you all know. But I mean, that said, like, I will say overall, I'm glad that we're getting things. We spent many, many years of just not being able to find Animal Crossing merchandise at all.
That's
So-
true.
So, I mean, even if our stuff isn't quite as cute as the Japanese stuff, which is so cute and
Yeah.
so good, we're still getting a lot of like really surprising things. The Adidas shoes and everything, the
Yeah.
crossover
Yeah.
stuff, the Build-A-Bears, like a lot of this stuff is things that like I would have never guessed would happen, So it's nice that we're getting at least a little bit more.
Yeah, and those usually sell out, and there's a lot of hype for them when they come out, and then follow through of people like buying them on eBay or asking when is it gonna get restocked. So I hope Nintendo sees there's heavy demand for that. So hopefully they do more collaborations and they have more stock when they actually come up with them.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I know, Nina, we know you got a little bit of Animal Crossing, some presents in your life this year for the holidays. Was there anything else that you got that was Animal Crossing related?
Well, I bought myself a calendar. Oh,
That's
that's
good.
right. I did want to talk to you guys about that too. I was at Barnes and Noble, and usually by now the calendars are like 50% off. They weren't this year for whatever reason, and there was not a lot of pickings at this Barnes and Noble I was at. But I did get a wall calendar with really great official artwork from Animal Crossing. It's got the special characters' birthdays in it, and I'm excited about it. But I also noticed a little desk calendar that was one of those like tearaway day-by-day calendars, and it looked like it had every villager birthday on each day, and then like a picture of that villager, which was really cute. I might need to go back and get it.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, there's still some cool stuff out there.
Yeah.
I like that.
No, it's just not as cool as the Japanese stuff.
I know. I mean, one day when we live in
Yeah.
Japan, we'll get all that
That's the
stuff.
day.
Yeah. I mean, and I
That's the
will
day.
say this calendar, as beautiful as the official art is, it still does look pretty kiddish. It's not stylized in any way. It's just like the art slapped onto a
Right,
calendar.
right.
Yeah.
Um,
You know what? Nintendo used to be a lot worse with that stuff though,
yeah.
too. I've seen some of their old graphics. If you like take a little stroll down memory lane, their stuff was not cute.
Yeah.
Yeah, it seemed like they were just like thrown together. They said, "We need
Copy
something real
paste.
quick." Just let's just like take this color and then put Tom Nook on it or something.
Oh my.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Sergio, I wanted to ask you too, did you get anything Animal Crossing related this past month?
No, nothing. I didn't get myself anything either. Not Animal Crossing related. No.
I gotcha. That's all right. That's all right. Jackie got me the last cards that I needed to complete
Ooh.
my amiibo
Your
set.
entire set. Who did you need?
I needed three of them. It was Isabel? No. Did I get that? No, it was the Winter Tom Nook. And then it was Harv, who I really wanted Harv because he was in New Leaf, and I always talked about how he was surprisingly one of the characters that didn't get an amiibo
Yeah.
card
Yeah.
way
Yeah.
back then, you know. And then the last one, I think it was Daisy May.
Oh, all three
The,
special characters.
yeah, I mean they're all going to be special characters with
Mm-hmm.
the way this set worked, but yeah, everybody is now here in my possession.
Aw.
Nice.
Yeah, I mean they're not my binder's at home, so it's not technically complete yet. They all have to get there, but I haven't scanned them in yet. I'm excited to do that over this next week and just go meet them at the coffee shop, have a little
Aw.
drink with
Nice.
Harv.
You'll have to let us know if Harv brings along Harriet.
That would be
Oh.
amazing. I've been wanting to test that out specifically. Like Harv was, like I said, just one of the cards I wanted most because a lot of these I'm like, I have a million Isabels. I've scanned in Isabel, of course. Daisy May was one I definitely wanted. Like all the new characters were ones that were like high priorities for me because I was like, they
Right.
don't have an amiibo. They don't
Yeah.
exist in my catalog of amiibo right now. So it was really nice to get them.
Hmm. I wondered
Yeah.
too if Daisy May brings Joan.
Oh
Oh
yeah. You
wow.
know what? I did scan in Joan, and Joan brought Daisy May, so
Oh,
I
okay.
imagine that is the opposite might be true
Right,
I
there.
right.
wonder.
Yeah. So yeah, all the cards. They're all in my possession.
Nice. That's
I love
awesome.
it. I'm glad to be done with that, and I guess I'll have to find ways to offload all of the stacks of villagers that I have now.
Yeah.
There's a lot. There's so many.
We can do a giveaway.
Yeah, well, I do want to do one that's like every villager because
Yeah.
I do have enough to do like
Oh
a
wow.
every villager giveaway
That'd be
of the new
awesome.
set. Unfortunately, not all of the old sets, but
Yeah.
I mean,
Right.
that'd be ridiculous. I'd have way too many extras. But yeah, at least every Series 5 villager, I want to do that.
Yeah, that'd be really cool.
Yeah. All right, well, let's go ahead and close out this show with Haken's Islander Corner. For those of you who don't know, every single week we ask our patrons on Patreon a question and read their answers out loud here. This week's question was, what winter or summer activity would you like added to Animal Crossing? So let's go ahead and do Sergio, then Nina, then me.
Okay.
Sounds good. So the first answer is by Gabriel R, and they said, not an activity, but I would love to see more rainy days during the warmer seasons. That makes sense, and that would lead to more gyroids. So yeah, that'd be awesome.
Oh, speaking of gyroids, have you guys found a broken gyroid on your beaches yet?
No, not yet. Have you?
I
I
found
haven't.
2 so far.
Nice.
Oh, okay. I wanted to ask you, are you like picking up your seashells?
I was for a
Oh, no.
while and then I stopped and then they started coming.
Oh, interesting.
Ah.
Because I haven't really touched my seashells, but I haven't seen a broken gyroid washed up yet.
Oh, keep an eye out. It's so much fun.
Okay. I'm excited. I do go through my beaches all the time now just because they seem to have little presents for us here
Yeah.
and there. So So yeah, I'll keep an eye out, but not yet for me. Not lucky enough.
One day. Summon Sloth says Olympic Games, summer and winter, with special items as prizes. All the villagers could participate, and it could be on a special island like they have for May Day. I love this idea. I'm a huge
Yeah.
Olympics fan. I know it's got its problems, but I still love watching them. And I think this would be so cool. I even think that you'd be able to do it without it being on its own special island.
Hmm.
Kind of like maybe a bug off or a fish off. I don't know. I just think, oh, it would be
Yeah.
amazing.
I would love it. It's so
Yeah.
fun to have little games and competitions with your villagers. It's so cute.
Imagine bobsledding with villagers.
I
Oh my
know.
gosh.
Oh yeah. I mean, they might have to make a separate island for some of
Yeah,
these.
yeah.
Yeah. But amazing. I would love it.
Mario versus Sonic versus Animal Crossing
Yes.
Olympics.
Make it happen, Nintendo. Make it happen. All right, Squee of Tortuga said, snowball fights with our villagers would be a
Ooh.
cute way to make more use of the snow than just building snowboys. I wish we could dress up the snowboys too and be able to practice making more. Maybe they just wouldn't count towards your Nook Mile task and wouldn't give large snowflakes. It's been 2 winters for me, and I still haven't made 20 perfect snowboys.
Oh,
Ooh.
sweet.
I mean, it's a difficult thing to get down for sure. But yeah, it's so limited with the 1 per day thing,
Yeah.
you know?
You know what
And
would be super cool? Sorry to interrupt. If
No,
if
go.
you know how when you're running and you screech into the other direction,
Mhm.
Yeah.
you know, like if you did that on snow, maybe like a little snowball would appear,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
and
that's
then
a
you could
good workaround.
practice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it'd be really cool if you could initiate your own snow boy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that. And also, I wanted to say, dressing up the snowboys would also
Oh, man.
be
Yes.
incredible because that's one of the big things I feel we're still missing. We don't quite have mannequins like we used to have mannequins
Mhm.
in New Leaf, you know? It would be really cool if the snowboys could be our little mannequins, where we could at least put like a shirt and a hat, maybe a little scarf. We need scarves though, too.
Oh,
Nintendo,
Ooh,
hook it up
yeah.
with some scarves.
that would be really cute.
Yeah, just add more layers, Nintendo.
Yeah.
Man,
That's what we need.
especially if they were so big that they just like connected your head to your body, you know? Like if the scarf just brought your whole body into one shape. No
I'd love it.
necks.
I'd love it.
Nice. Sasha505 said, I can't think of anything new, but I really miss the flea market. I want to buy their items and I want them to come into my home and buy my items. Maybe there could even be some small stalls outside with all cheap furniture, food, and balloons that you can buy. I love the idea of my villagers trying to get me to buy their old stuff. I can just imagine them trying to convince me as to why I need to buy that old trash can of theirs. Yeah, that would be amazing. And I mean, it comes back to, getting an old feature back that it works so well. It was very unique. That would be nice to see for sure.
Yeah, the flea market was definitely one of those top types of things from Wild World. It was good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Samantha V says, I think it would be cool to have multiplayer online minigames that are linked to seasons. For example, in winter, we could have a snow sliding race, a snowball fight, or an igloo contest. In summer, we could play soccer, have a surf competition, or a diving contest. I think these are so cute. This kind of is like the Olympics.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a lot. I love it. We all are asking for mini games.
Yeah.
Just,
Maybe we'll get a spin-off.
hopefully at some point.
Yeah.
All right, am I next on this one?
Yes.
All right, Honey Cove said, ice skating. I've always wanted our ponds to freeze over in the winter.
Oh.
Plus,
Yeah. Yeah.
Those ice skating rinks in Pocket Camp were just too cute. I need
Yes.
this in the next game.
Yes.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
spot on with that. I loved those little ice skating rinks in Pocket Camp. Those were some of the cutest little items. Seeing them spin around in circles and do striking poses. It was great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, plus, how cute would it be to have an item that drills a hole so you can still go fishing?
Yeah,
Oh.
that would be great. I'd love it.
Mm-hmm. That'd be cool.
Nice. Lucy said it would be so cool if Bonfire Night could be added to the winter activities. It's a British holiday on the 5th of November. There could be a big bonfire on the plaza where your villagers and the non-playable characters are toasting marshmallows while fireworks are going off. There could be stalls from our Harv's Island favorites selling things like toffee, apples, and baked potatoes. We could play super fun carnival minigames like Hook a Duck and win exclusive prizes like plushies of our favorite characters. It sounds amazing.
Oh,
Everything, all of it. Yes.
yes. This is
Yes.
incredible.
Uh-huh. Oh man, toasting marshmallows it just sounds so cute.
It
Yeah.
really
And I'm
does.
surprised that's like not an activity that the characters do at the plaza, you know?
Oh, that's true.
Because they do have their like little set things that I don't know. I feel like they need to add that
Mm.
now.
I remember having to look up what Bonfire Night was watching the Great British Baking Show because they had an episode where they were doing like I guess cozy fall treats or whatever, and they're like,
Mm-hmm.
"This one is based off of Manen's bonfire recipe," and it all looked delicious. I was like, "What is Bonfire Night? I must know." I think it's just cozy enough to be in Animal Crossing.
Yeah, that's
Mm.
always anything cozy is
Mm-hmm.
welcome.
Mm-hmm. Kakaloo of Cookie Paw says, "Summer, inner tubing down your river to the ocean."
Oh.
That would be incredible. And
Yes.
then, like, having to carry it back up to the top of your island again,
Yeah.
just so you can hop back in. And the
Mm-hmm.
waterfalls would be so much fun. Oh, I would love to do this.
We need to be able to use those rivers. Like I want to get in
Mm-hmm.
them. I want
Mm-hmm.
to decorate them for
Have you
sure.
guys ever tubed down a river before?
I've done like a lazy river thing and I've
Mm.
gone like on a raft down a river, but not
Okay.
like inner tubed, not
Right.
combined those two.
No,
But
and I haven't
it'd
either.
be fun.
I highly suggest it. It's very relaxing.
Let's go, Sergio. We're right here.
Yeah.
All right, and our last answer is from Matt Chow, and they said, the summer winter prompt in the clue made me think of the Olympics. Another Olympics answer, I love it.
Mhm.
Maybe we could have an Island Olympics twice a year, once for winter, once for summer. Although it sounds a little far-fetched, with morning aerobics coming back as group stretching, I think having the sports fair come back as the Village Olympics is not out of the question for future games.
Ah, that's true.
Yeah, the sports fair is a really fun one from the very first GameCube population growing Animal Crossing, and it's cute. I always enjoyed that, so
Mm.
it would be a welcome addition for sure.
Oh, how cute would it be if your paths happen to make some sort of loop all the way through your town? If the game can like predetermine that
Oh,
and make that into like the marathon or whatever
yes.
with little like
Yeah,
signposts, that would be so cute.
that'd be perfect. All right. Well, for anybody who is listening and on Patreon, your next question for the week is going to be, what are your Animal Crossing New Year's resolutions? And I have a
Oh.
feeling we'll probably talk about that next week for ourselves as
Mm-hmm.
well. So yeah, it should be a fun. It'll be the first episode of the year. This is our last one of this year. I mean, we keep going weekly, so not too many breaks for us here in
Yeah.
Haken. But it's fun to recognize all of these events. And everybody, just so you know, New Year's is also coming up. I guess we should mention that. Feel free to do that event. find some
Yeah.
people.
Oh, it's
if
my
you're far
favorite.
away. Yeah, Nina will be available to play with you on New
Yes,
Year.
90% sure that I'll probably open my town up again.
Nice.
It's my favorite. It's so cozy.
Yeah, and so it should be a fun one for everybody. And if you get a nook reward, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
If you
you
haven't done it
do.
before.
Hmm.
So yeah, it's worth checking out. It's definitely the music
Yes.
alone
Yes.
is just like, please give us more of
Do you
that,
guys
Nintendo.
do you know yet if you're gonna get to do it?
I guess, I mean, I'm in California right now, so it'll be like 9 p.m. over at your place, so maybe I'll just go with you around 9.
I mean, you could do that too, but I mean, do you think you'll do it at your midnight also?
I don't know if it'll happen at my midnight, to be
Yeah.
honest. It's one that's difficult for. Last year it worked out perfect because I was just like, we were out on our own, but
Right.
Hmm.
this year I'm with family, so
Yeah.
it might not be so easy. Yeah.
Sergio, what about you?
Well, 9 p.m. is usually my bedtime, and but I'm
Hmm.
thinking of going to your party if you have me.
All
That'll
right.
do. Yeah.
Okay,
Party
okay.
at Nina's.
Man,
Yeah.
that's what it
We're
is. Good to have an East Coast friend, I guess.
Yeah.
Yep, we've invited ourselves to your pad, Nina.
Always
Save us a bed.
welcome. Yeah.
All right, everybody. Well, thank you so much for tuning in to this episode of Haken, an Animal Crossing podcast. If you're sad to see us go, join us over on Discord. You can talk with other people who love Animal Crossing as much as you do, including Sergio, Nina, and me. Want to support Haken in a bigger way and tell us your answers in the Haken Islander Corner? Head over to patreon.com/ChuyPlays. $1 goes a long way to making this show even better and includes tons of goodies for you to enjoy. Get a special role on Discord, read a monthly newsletter, and get many other great rewards. We really appreciate the support and put your money towards some great things on the show. If you're listening on YouTube, what are your Animal Crossing New Year's resolutions? Reviews really help the show get discovered by more people. Please leave a review on your platform of choice and let us know how we're doing. Haken is a wild production brought to you by Chuy, Sergio, Nina, and all of our patrons. We thank you for listening, and we hope you have a great week.
Goodbye, everybody.
And Happy New Year.
Yay!